Hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome to your reading. So today's reading we're doing the person on your mind. How do they feel about you at the moment? All right, or in general, whatever you're asking about. Okay, but how do they feel about you? There are three groups for you to choose from. Group 1, the rose quartz. Group 2, the clear quartz geode. And group 3, the rainbow moonstone. Okay, so group 1, 2, and 3. If you do want to take a moment to choose your group, go ahead, but I will see you in your reading, okay? Hi, welcome. Group 1, Rose Quartz. This is for you. So the person on your mind, I'll probably only be using tarot cards today. I'll see though. So we have the Nine of Wands. We also have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. How do they feel about you? All right, group 1. So the person on your mind, they actually think that right now you feel defensive towards them, and they feel like it's draining trying to get you to maybe lower your guard when it comes to them and trying to get you to trust them. But at the same time, it kind of feels like they understand. It feels like they do understand, or they feel like you may be vulnerable, and maybe due to them, maybe due to other circumstances that's kind of going on for you right now. But yeah, it feels like they do understand to some degree. They also feel like it's difficult to be vulnerable with you as well. They do feel like you're, quite loyal to someone else. I don't know, they may, I don't know if hate, this feels like such a strong word. They may dislike or hate a little bit that you are so loyal to this other person and that they don't really have your attention, your trust, or whatever it may be. They feel like you are being selfish, mainly when it comes to them, not that you're a selfish person in general. And if this person ever made you jump through hoops, or they kind of perceive their actions that way, then they definitely regret doing that, making you jump through hoops, or trying to make you jump through hoops and trying to make, certain things more difficult than it needed to be. It does feel like they are jealous of how much you give to someone else. Whether this is time, attention, resources, just laughs and good memories, whatever it may be. It does feel like they are jealous of how much you give to them though, or how much you're there for this other person. They feel like there is someone in your life that you protect and this person protects you, whereas they feel protective of you and they're not really sure if you feel that way about them. Like, they feel like they're protective of you, but they don't know if, that's reciprocated on your side. So yeah, they're not really sure how they feel about you at the moment. I mean, they do feel like there is a relationship that is getting in the way of you two. It could be referencing the person earlier, the one that you're close to, protective of, the one that, what was it? I can't remember what it was. But yeah, the person that came through earlier, they could feel like that particular relationship is getting in the way of you two. They feel like you both are still learning to trust each other, and they want to be able to give you their support, and they feel like in time they will be able to. They kind of just feel like right now they just have to be patient, really. And they love that you're confident and you're feeling good in your own skin, or you're just feeling good in general. And they feel like you're learning from the past where they're concerned. And, whatever went down between you both, whatever mistakes could have been made, they definitely feel like that is unlikely to be repeated in the future for the both of you, perhaps even. So they also feel like you are trying to remain strong where they're concerned. For some of you, it could just be remaining strong in general. They do feel like you are more reckless than usual, or more reckless than what they're used to. And they feel like you see them as a rival, as someone you are in competition with. But it's funny because it feels like they feel that way about you. They feel like they're in competition with you in some way. For some reason, like they feel like they need to keep up with you. And they feel like life and circumstances has worn away some of your like softer, maybe more feminine energy. Like they do feel like maybe certain circumstances have made you more tough or more guarded. Maybe even a bit more pessimistic. So they do feel like you've been neglecting them and yourself as well. They feel like you've not been the nicest to them. They feel like they can't manipulate you, but they feel like you've been doing that to them. And they also feel like you've been lying to them about something as well. And they also feel like you can be vindictive, or they're kind of worried that you will be. But this is more so if like something were to happen, like if something was to like, you know, like just start the fire, like light the match, you know, then that would cause you to be vindictive in some way. Possibly the end of something, because we have the Four of Cups and we have the Eight of Cups as well. But at the same time, like they do feel like you are growing and you are maturing. Like they feel like you're growing up. Or they feel like you've been through certain situations that have kind of encouraged you or forced you to grow up in some way. I'm just going to get some of my tiny little cards. All right, so we have opportunistic. So kind of like similar to that message earlier about them feeling like they need to be patient. They feel like they kind of just need to wait for the perfect or right opportunity. I don't know what this would be for. This could be something you are more aware of, like whether this is to apologize, whether this is to come towards you, whether this is to ask you a question. Like it could just be something that is more specific to your situation, but they do feel like they need to wait for the right opportunity. So they actually feel like you're quite a philosophical person, or you can be at times. For others of you, it's nothing about you being philosophical. It's more so about they feel like you would benefit from finding someone or connecting with someone who could be a good guide for you, who is mature, who is perhaps philosophical, or who's someone who will be able to encourage you to, I don't know, it feels like growth in some way, or mentorship, but or some type of other guidance, whether it's health or whatever. But yeah, that's something they feel. They feel like you could benefit from something like that. So they feel like they're super focused on you. Like they feel like they're quite attentive to you. I mean, if you guys are close like that, then you know, maybe they do feel like they are quite attentive to you. But for others of you, they feel like they kind of just give you a lot of attention. Even if it's attention that they're not necessarily showing you, they do feel like they maybe spend a lot of time thinking about you or looking at your social media or, you know, stuff like that. So we have naughty, so they do feel like you are quite naughty, and this is definitely in a spicy kind of way, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. We have doubtful. So they feel that you may be doubtful of them. They're not really sure why, but that's just the kind of impression they get. And finally, we have quiet. So they definitely feel like 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, like they definitely feel like they need to be like quiet right now, like maybe not making a move, not saying anything, maybe just kind of waiting for maybe you to give them a bit of a green light. But they do feel like they need to be quiet, maybe be patient. But yeah, that is all I have though for this group. I do hope it could be helpful and resonate, but I'm wishing you the best. Bye. Buenos dias. Welcome to your reading. Hi. If you've chosen group 2, the Clay Quartz Geode, then this reading is for you. So the person on your mind, how do they feel about you? We have the Star. Let me move this a bit forward. We have the Star and we have the 2 of Pentacles, both in the upright. So, okay, so this person, I mean, they feel lucky to have met you. They feel lucky that you're in their life. They feel like you're so sexy and mysterious. Like you make, you make their private parts tingle for sure. But yeah, you really make this person feel like own Ray for sure. They feel hopeful about the future with you, and they also feel like there's new hope. Like there's this fresh new energy between you both, like a new opportunity that may have presented itself, or just like I feel inspired, you know, where you're concerned. But yeah, they kind of feel like they're in a whole new mind frame where you're concerned, and they feel like you are so deserving of love and support. They love how interesting you are as well. So yeah, they definitely feel like you're dynamic with a lot of layers. They feel like they can possibly inspire you. For some of you with the 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, it feels like in some way they feel like they can aid you in your success or encourage you in your success. Like kind of just be maybe that support for you, maybe even put you on to new opportunities or help you out in some way when it comes to something that maybe you're currently pursuing or currently, you know, already undertaking. But yeah, they feel ready for real change to happen between you both. You know, they feel ready to see what the future holds for you both as well. Like they feel happy, they feel optimistic. You make them feel calm as well. Like as much as they are excited, they also feel calm. You know, they feel content and they feel fulfilled. Or they're kind of like, they're sure that this is to come, you know. So one or both of you can be busy, and it feels like they could perceive you as being busy. They do appreciate that you are busy and that you have a lot going on, but it also feels like they want to help you too, or like help you as much as they can. Like it felt like in the past, maybe they felt insecure about you or the relationship, but now they have so much more confidence and they feel positive about about things now. And less confused, for sure. They do feel like you both have a lot going on, though. And they don't necessarily feel like it will be a problem. If anything, they're kind of realizing that even though you both are busy, have, you know, your own stuff going on, that it shouldn't be a problem. That whatever, you know, may unfold, you guys can work it out, or just work out by itself. But yeah, it feels like they're looking forward to communicating more with you. They are worried, like a part of them, like in the back of their head and their heart, like they are a bit worried that they won't be able to live up to what they think you deserve. And they feel like meeting you was luck. It was fate. It was serendipitous. They do recognize that they would have to make changes in their life to accommodate you. That doesn't even really feel like the right word, but if you find a more appropriate word, but it's something like that. It's a similar energy to that. That may not be for everyone, but for a lot of you here, like they do feel like they need to make changes, or they're ready to make changes to kind of like properly fit you into their life. But for others though, they feel like they may need to make changes to give you the attention, nurture and love that they think you deserve. So that's where the changes could come in. They do feel like their life is a bit too chaotic right now. They could also feel that way about you, like your life is very chaotic or busy right now too. But they feel like you guys can sort that out. They feel like you both would make a good team. And they feel like you both being together would be a learning curve, or like, you know, especially with what they have going on, with what you have going on, it would just be a learning curve, learning progress. But because they feel like you both work so well as a team, or that you would work so well as a team, they feel like that learning curve won't be hard, you know, won't be difficult. And they already feel like you both have had some ups and downs. Maybe not super serious for some of you, maybe, but it feels like more so not so serious. But yeah, I'm just gonna get some more cards. Okay, so one more wants to come out. Hold on. All right, so we have imaginative. We have the star as well, which I'm pretty sure represents imagination. So they do feel like you are incredibly imaginative, maybe artistic, creative in some way. For a lot of you, they kind of just feel like you're beautiful. Like however you put yourself together, they could feel like that's creative too. We also have mercurial, unpredictable. So they actually kind of see themselves as quite unpredictable, but do they feel like they feel like it may be a problem, but they hope it's not a problem. Like they kind of hope it's something that you could like accept, maybe put up with when it comes to them. We also have subservient. So I don't know about subservient. For some of you, maybe they do feel like you are submissive, or you like to be submissive. But for a lot of you, this just feels like they kind of see you as quite soft, quite gentle. We also have unfriendly. So the person you're asking about, I don't know if they're typically unfriendly. I don't know if they're typically quite serious or quite stoic, but they feel like you kind of turn their frown upside down, you know? Okay, so we have anxious. So they definitely feel less anxious about you. We also have independent. So it's almost like they feel so sure, like with you both having your own lives, maybe stuff going on, whatever it could be, they feel like you both like would be able to kind of like preserve your independence even though you're interdependent, you know? I hope that makes sense. So even though you guys could still be connected, dependent on one another, they also feel like you guys wouldn't lose your independence as well, being together. And finally, we have modest. So they actually feel like you're quite modest, like very gentle, very humble, very soft. But yeah, that is all I have for this group. I do hope it could resonate, make sense, and be helpful. Just short and sweet today, but I hope it's all good, okay? Take care, okay? Bye. Hi, y'all. Welcome. If you've chosen the third group, the Rainbow Moonstone, then this reading is for you. We have the Two of Wands, and we have the Ace of Cups, both in reverse. Alright, so the person in your mind, how do they feel about you at the moment? Okay. So, the person you're asking about, it feels like they're feeling unfulfilled. They feel lost and like they have no direction. And this may or may not have anything to do with you. I mean, it could be a bit of both. They feel like there's nothing they can offer you right now. They do feel like you are someone who wants a lot, you need a lot. But this is not in a bad way. Like, they understand, of course. They don't down you for it at all. You know, they understand that you want a lot. Why settle for less? You know, they understand that you don't want to do that. But at the same time, they kind of just feel like they don't have much to offer you. They do feel like you both have each other's best interests at heart. But they do feel like they're on the wrong path. They feel like it wouldn't be right to bring you along or kind of drag you into, I don't want to say their mess, but, you know, to keep it simple, like their mess. So even though they feel like you both, bottom line, have each other's best interests at heart, they do feel like you don't have respect for them, even if that's not how you feel. Like, that's just how they kind of perceive you as feeling. And they do feel super down about that. They do feel like you both are indecisive about one another as well. They feel like there won't be a solid foundation between you both. Or that would be very difficult, very, very difficult to have or build a solid foundation. And they don't really have any plans in mind in regard to the two of you. Actually, you know what? For some of you, it could be that the plans that they did have, they feel like those plans are ruined, you know? It feels like, yeah, something that they were kind of hoping for in terms of your relationship together hasn't been fulfilled. You know, it hasn't worked out. And they do feel quite down about that. So, I mean, if any of you maybe had a breakup with this person, it doesn't have to be a breakup though. Maybe it just something didn't work out, or they're kind of backing out because they are getting worried that it won't work out. But yeah, they do feel disappointed and overwhelmed. They do feel like you're withdrawing from them. They're also afraid actually of what you might find out about them too. And they also feel like if they were to approach you, or if they were to reach out to you, that you wouldn't have like the nicest things to say to them, or like you would give them bad news. And they kind of feel like right now there isn't enough genuine feelings to make things work between you both. They possibly feel like you've outgrown them, or they feel like eventually you will outgrow them. Like eventually you would want more that they don't feel they can offer you. They do feel lonely, and for a lot of you, they do feel like you have abandoned them in some way. And, you know, for whatever reason, they feel like you could be letting your ego get in the way. They feel like, bottom line, or in some way, that you don't really care about their feelings. And they kind of feel like whatever you both had was kind of like temporary. And that you both could be losing feelings for each other, or one for the other. They do feel like they should have been more transparent about their feelings, mostly about their issues, like when they had the chance. So they could actually feel, for some of you, they could feel like you're too emotional for them. So they do feel stressed, and they do feel frustrated, but this is mainly with their own life, and partially because of you as well. And maybe, you know, if something has happened or not happened between you both. But yeah, they do feel like you hurt them deeply, and they do feel heartbroken almost. And it does feel like they're trying to heal, and they're trying to like deal and kind of cope, you know, with not only what's going on in their life, but whatever's transpired or not transpired between the two of you. Okay, I'll just leave it at this. So we have messy. So this messy message is coming up as they feel like maybe you weren't direct. feel like they kind of acknowledge that they weren't necessarily direct either. We also have discreet. That was clarified straight away by the moon card. For some of you, they could feel like you are quite private or reserved when it comes to them, or that you're with the high priestess as well. Like they could feel like you're hiding a secret from them. All right, so for a lot of you here, like they felt like you perceived them as predictable, and they feel like that's something that you maybe didn't like about them. So yeah, right now they're definitely feeling so down, 5 of Cups, the Devil, and they're feeling like they need to be more independent. With the Devil as well, like that does represent codependency in a way, whether it's on another person, whether it's on you, whether it's on people emotionally, whether it's on substances, but they definitely feel like they need to kind of sort their ish out. Ace of Pentacles, they need to kind of start focusing their attention to something that could help them grow. Yeah, so they definitely feel like they need to kind of focus on being more independent. So yeah, with non-committal as well, like they definitely feel like they're not ready, they're not in the right place to commit to not only you, to anyone. And finally, we have Smooth. Okay, so we're going to finish on a nice little compliment. They do feel like you are someone who's quite smooth, maybe quite charming, maybe a good talker. But anyways, that is all I have for this group. I do hope it can be helpful and resonate if it's helpful only, you know. But anyways, I'm wishing you all the best, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye.